Good evening, everybody. It's Mark from Visible Image. Welcome. We're back, or I'm back, I should say. Yes, I'm on my own tonight. Helen's not feeling very well. She's got a terrible sore throat and a cough. So you wouldn't want to be hearing that. So it's just me tonight. Back showing some new products. The launch from last month. We've been incredibly busy with this launch, so I want to just say a few hellos to people who are here. So, we have Rox, hiya Rox, and we have Leanne, Brenda, hi Mark, best wishes to Helen. I can't see, if you're a Facebook user jumping onto YouTube, sometimes because of the privacy settings, we can't see your name, so maybe just put your name at the end, just helps. Yeah, who else we got here? We have Hazel, Dina, Mary, Maxine Baker as well. Yeah. So hello everybody. It's been a while, so I'm gonna have to kind of go gently here because obviously, as I said, we've been incredibly busy. So I really have been neglecting my doing lives, which that's obviously sorting out tonight. So that's a first. So yeah, it's kind of weird being on my own as well. So I mean, it's okay when I get into doing it, it's fine. But when I start off, it's like, there's nobody else around. I can't hear anything either. So it's always new. I know Helen is in the background on the old computer, so she will be commenting as well. And obviously, if there's anything that you want to ask a question or just any comments, then feel free to comment. So yes, yeah. I don't know what time is it there, Rox. It must be very early hours. So can't sleep like me, maybe. So there we go. So what I wanted to do tonight is obviously go through the release that was launched last month. This is the first opportunity really that anyone's got to see me playing with it. So tonight I'm going to start off with using the two of the products, which is the flower ink stencil and the Golden Daffodils. I think they're absolutely amazing. Perfect. Now, obviously, we had St. David's Day yesterday, but I mean, daffodils, hey, they're great for any occasion. And we've got some great sentiments as well. So a few more hellos. We've got Elaine. Who else we got there? Oh, Jane as well. Oh, hey, Jane. It's great to see it. It's great to see everybody here. I know this was I think we only decided earlier on today, but hey, that's good. That's one way we like to do it. I am going to gear myself up, saying it now, because if I say it to you now, I've got to do it. So I'm going to gear myself up to probably be doing at least 3 lives a week. And then we'll also slip in a few pre-recorded videos as well. So let's have a bit of fun, shall we? So tonight I'm going to use the products. Let's have a look, see what we've got here. Yeah, so we have the Golden Daffodils, absolutely great, fantastic stamp set. Just have a quick look on the back there. So we have the main focal image, the daffodil, the 2 daffodils. We have the daffodil head as well, which is really cool. We have thank you, we have send in the sunshine, and we also have the Happy Mother's Day as well. So again, three great sentiments there that you can use this set all year round. And it can be, it can be a clean and simple card, a little bit inky and grungy. I just wanted to show, and then we've also got this as well. Flower ink. Now, if you're familiar, we've already got a butterfly ink stencil and we've just added a flower, and we've also got a heart ink as well. So these are really cool. It comes complete with a mask as well. So you can just use the stencil as it is. Or maybe you want to use just the mask, or a combination of both. So it's great to have a bit of a play that way as well. So I think they're really cool, bit inky as well. So that's basically where we are tonight. So I'm going to put those on one side. I will quickly show you. If you missed our launch last month, it's obviously on YouTube, so you can watch it again. But I just will show some of our design team samples using this stamp set. So this is some great samples here. We have this one here. So that is done. That is done by Jane. Really cool. Using the offcut from the from our mesh die. God, this is what I'm saying. I haven't been doing this for so long, I've forgotten what to do. Okay. This is another one. Forgive me. Linda. Sorry, Linda. This is cool as well. Really good. Again, this this stencil, which is sold out about 2 or 3 times now. So that is coming back in. So if you want it, oh yeah, don't forget, you can't do pre-orders because obviously it's coming in. But if you put it on your wish list, when it does appear on the website, you'll get a notification. Tell me if I'm wrong, Helen, but I think that's how it works. When it appears on your wish list and it comes back into stock, I think you're notified. But don't quote me on that. I could be wrong here. So I'm sure Helen will. Oh yes, sorry. It's called Supernova for me missing that what it's called. It's a great stencil. So yes. Oh, and she's right. There's 2 left in stock. So please, you know, if you want them, get them before they're sold out as well. We do have another order coming in, but I don't know when that's coming in exactly. This one, again, another brilliant one. This is from Rachel. Look at that. Isn't it cool? Again, less is more. Again, using the halftone stencil as well. Another new one. Look at that sentiment. Great sentiment too. Love that. We have this one. You know, look at it. Each one is totally different, but they just pop, don't they? Love them. And that one is Jill. Sorry, Jill. And this last one is very watercolour-like, isn't it? And I think this is Leanne. Yes, Leanne. Again, totally different style. Stamped and embossed in white, and then just coloured in. Looks like watercoloured in. It looks brilliant, fantastic. So that's our design team. Kind of a bit of ideas of what you can do with the stamp itself. So I am going to start off with a piece of plain card. I will say, oh, we have Ritva there as well. Hi, Ritva. Who else we got here? Yes, they can sign up for out of stock. Oh, not wish list. Right, sorry. Thank you, Helen, for correcting me there. I didn't know how the system worked. It shows how expert Helen is behind the scenes about how everything works. I do not know how everything works behind the scenes. I do apologise, but that's why we have Helen there to tell me how it works. Really, thank you, Helen. Much appreciated. Right, okay, we'll make a start. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to spritz this with a few colours. So I will protect my mat and just cover that up a little bit. Now the colours that I'm going to be using, I mean, you can use any colours you want, obviously. The 2 colours that I'm currently going to be using are, let me just put this here as well. I kind of spray everywhere, so I try to cover most things up so I don't get ink everywhere. What colours I've got here? Right, okay, I've got a couple of colours. I've got tumbled glass and squeezed lemonade. So I'm going to have a spritz with those 2. Just kind of random on here on this piece of card. And then we'll go in with a few more bits and pieces as well. So we'll see how this turns out. Right, first things first. This has it been planned? I did kind of plan it. I kind of had the idea in my head, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, so first thing I want to do is we'll use the tumbled glass. I'll spritz a bit there. Again, I'm not being too exact with the colours. Oh, I like this one, squeezed lemonade. I do like it, squeezed lemonade as well there. And of course, when the colours merge a bit, they kind of get another colour there as well. So I'm going to just dry that off. So obviously it's nice when you're doing this. I can actually read some of the comments while I'm letting this dry. Hi, Lou. Oh, and we have Nessa there as well. Yeah, hello. Where's everyone from? Where's Nessa from? Oh, thank you, Nessa. Helen prides herself on her customer service, so yeah, it's really cool. Now the cardstock I'm using, I think this is a watercolour cardstock. It could be one of the Strathmore smooth cardstocks. Again, this is where I like to have a bit of a play. We can, you know, it's not exact when we're going with this now. Just dab up some of those colours. We've got too much going on here. Again, you have something in your mind and then, you know, it always comes out completely different. Well, it's certainly coming out a different colour to what I thought it was going to be. So I might have to go in with another colour now. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm kind of liking it as it is at the moment. I don't know what everyone else thinks. Do you know what? I must get into doing some ATCs again. I did start and then I just stopped. I don't know why I stopped. But I know it's a very popular, you know, and we do actually have a really cool set as well. So check on the website. It's called Love of ATCs. It's a really cool set because not only do you have the stamp for the back of your ATCs, but it also has the kind of like Happy Mail things in there as well. You've got handmade by as well. So and then you've got a few nice, really cool stamps as well. So icon stamps to go with it. So it's really cool. Nice little set that. I do like that one. So it's more than just like having an ATC set on its own or an ATC stamp. So we're starting to dry this off now. Again, this is you know, we were actually, Helen and I have planned kind of like our 3 kind of lives of this, you know, a week or whatever. So it's going to be a little bit more fun, not too serious. Oh, this one, oh, I've used that one. I'll tell you what I'm going to play with. Now this one, I don't think Ranger do this one anymore. Perfect Pearls Mists. I don't think they do it. I think they've discontinued it, but there's lots of like, it's kind of like, it's just got like a gold shimmer in it as well. So I'm sure you'll find lots of other kinds of shimmer in there as well. Sprays out there. Again, just adding a little bit of shimmer to that. Embrace the sparkle, I say. Again, I'm thinking sunshine, I'm thinking summer, you know, spring is in the air. So kind of that's where we're going with this. Just dry that off a little bit more. Yes, I mean, you know, we've had lots of problems with our Royal Mail. So we've at one point, you know, they were cyber attacked, and yeah, so yeah, it's going on. It's a bit crazy at the moment, I think, some parts of the world, but things are getting back to normal, like Helen said. Yeah, I like spring colours too. Yeah, it's cool. Right, so I do like that. Again, just let this dry. I need to dry it off a little bit more because I plan on stamping on it. So again, I kind of thought I'd probably take about an hour to do this tonight. So, you know, hopefully we'll have something pretty cool at the end of it. Again, I do like to try and finish something. So in one go. What have we got there? Display, right, I do. Yeah, I do. I like them both. I do like the spray stains because obviously they're a bit more forgiving as well. Sometimes it can be a bit challenging to stamp onto the oxides because of the way the kind of inks, the sprays react. But yeah, I do prefer the sprays where possible. But you know, sometimes I use both. So, and I'll mix them as well. So that's what I do. So again, you know, we're going to try and do 3 times 3 lives per week. I'm not sure what days they're going to be on yet, but we're going to work it out, and then we'll get the thumbnails put on. And if you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, then you'll get those notifications in advance as well. So that's really good. Yeah, don't forget to ring that bell as well. You have to ring the bell to get the notifications. You can subscribe to the channel, but to get the notifications like on your phone or your iPad, yeah, you have to hit that bell. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, you can go into HD because we're filming in high definition, so you should be able to get a little bit sharper picture. But I mean, if you're on YouTube, on Facebook, then that's all well and good. So we're kind of working on a way to try and stream as well directly to Instagram at the same time, but that will be coming shortly. So we're working on that. So I think we're pretty dry, I think. Excuse my head. So let's have a look at this now. If I zoom in a little, just so and you can probably maybe you can't pick that up, but there is a shimmer on there as well. Probably can't see that in the light, but there is a bit of a shimmer, so that's good. Let's move these out of the way now. I think I'll take them out of the way. Okay, so we have, there we go, let's move that out a bit. How does that look? Again, we have a background that we can use for all kinds of things, but I think it's going to look really cool with this stamp set as well. So that's the plan, is we're going to stamp that on there. I think that'll look really cool, don't you? We'll add a few other elements to it, and then I will introduce as well the stencil as well. So I'm just trying to work out whether I'm going to stencil first or I'm going to stamp first. I think I'm going to, can't decide. Stencil. I'll do stenciling first. That's the best thing, I think. Doing it live, we'll see how it goes. Right. So I've got my stencil. I'm just going to place it over there, probably in the center somewhere. And I'm just going to take that down. Right, yeah, I'm just reading the comments. It's very hard to. I wish they'd have some kind of system where they it spoke out the comments, or you could actually physically talk. I think that would be amazing, wouldn't it? Or not obviously talk all at the same time, but maybe people don't want to hear their voices, maybe. So maybe that wouldn't be a good idea. Now I'm going to stencil through this, but what I don't want to do is I don't want to take away from the stamp. So it's going to be a kind of subtle surround going around there as well. I think that'll look really good because we want our eye to be drawn to the focal point in the center as well. So we'll do a little bit more on that later. Right, so I'm going to use, so although I used tumbled glass, I'm kind of using broken china, I think, for the colour, because the kind of blue will work with the yellow, I think, so that'll look quite nice. Just going to get a brush. So this is a, what do you call these brushes? I think they call them sill brushes. I think that's what they call them. But you can use any of your extra soft brushes if you wish to. But this is what I'm going to use. So we're just going to go gently and dragging that colour just to the centre, so it's going to be more apparent on the outside rather than the centre. Trying to keep that centre a bit more clear. You just want to draw that eye to the centre of the card. I can sit, you know what I can actually do now? I can sit down and do this. It's not very often I get to sit down when I'm doing lives. So it's nice to do this as well. I mean, there's one thing, I don't know whether anybody's ever seen me on TV, but you have to stand up all the time anyway, so, yeah, doing lives, sat down is probably the preferred method. Just means you can relax a little bit more. Again, this is supposed to be subtle. It's not too, you don't want it too bright. You just want it, just a little touch of a hint of like an outline. Again, you can do, you can put your texture paste through this on different projects, but for this particular one, kind of less is more. So I'm just going to go around that now, just a few more times, just to we pick up enough there to get some colour. And you'll know when you take it off whether you've got enough or not. I mean, obviously it's hard to see at the moment until I remove the stencil. Yeah, you don't want You don't want too much. I think I'm done there. Right, let's take that away from there, and we shall see whether I've done enough. Yeah, I do you know what? I think I might just be able to go in a little bit more on that side there. Live, let's do this, shall we? So just going around again. This my first demo in absolutely ages, or it seems like ages. I think it's the first demo this year. So yeah, it's glad to be back to doing. You know, I do love crafting. It's just obviously we've been so busy. And thank you, you know, the support's been amazing. So it just means the world to us. You know, we couldn't do this without you, so we do appreciate it. And do check out, you know, if you're in another country, do check out the stockists as well. We have stockists in USA, Australia, some in Europe, so they're everywhere. So please do check out the stockists, and you know, if you can get them from them, that'd be great, because it's great to support there. Just see how less is sometimes more. It's just a little hint of something else that's going on there as well. I think that's great. You know, you could go in and do a lot more, but I think I'm happy with that at the moment. So the next thing you do is, because we've got to put the we've got to put this on as well. So we're going to stamp this next. Yeah, we're going to stamp that next, so that's going to go on there. So that'll look really cool. So the next thing we want to do, I should dry it off a little bit more as well. I'm going to stamp it in black VersaFine ink, and then I'm going to clear emboss it anyway. So if we get a little bit of clear embossing powder stuck to other areas, it's not too bad. It's if you use black embossing powder, that's when you've probably got a problem. Right. So I shall bring in my stamping platform. Just zoom that out a touch. There we go. Okay, one stamping platform. I'll have to stand up again now. Okay, let's put this in here. Just see, whoops, lower. Okay, so that's kind of how it's going to look. I'm just checking, make sure it's central enough for me. There we go, central. That'll do. That's good. Right, let's ink this up. Yeah, I do too. It's great. It is a good, really good stencil, and there's some great projects using the stencil. Oh, less is more sometimes. Right, so let's ink this up. Oh. Again, you know, if you've got a different stamping platform, I think I've got about 3 or 4 different stamping platforms now. Just whatever comes to is the closest to hand for me. Of course, sometimes you go old school and just use a clear block. So that's looking nice. I will go in again just to make it that little bit darker. I do like, you know, having it very clear and crisp. It's one of the great loves of a stamping platform. So let's just go in there. Don't forget, if you're new to stamping, just leave it for a few seconds to get that ink to transfer off your stamp onto your project. I think we're done with that there. That's great. So we'll take this off. Oh. And we shall clear emboss it. So look at this. Look at me all organised. Normally I'd use a piece of card or something, but you know, I'm getting very organised. One of the things we're going to do is we're going to start off and do one of our weekly things is to do see you've got some embossing powder around the edges. That's fine. We'll live with that. Might use a brush just to brush off any loose bits there. Yeah, we're going to start maybe things I've never used before as well, like a weekly project as well. So things I've never used, I've got, but I've never used. So I think that'd be really cool. I did say it probably wasn't dry, but that's live TV for you. Just brush off the excess where you can. We'll live with that. That would be good. I think we can get away with that. So let's emboss this, shall we? I love embossing. This is when it really comes to life, you know. There. Oh, did I miss a bit? Yeah, I did. There we go. And even if it did get a little bit of embossing powder around the image, it doesn't really matter. I think it just brings it more to life. So I think that's pretty cool. That's cool. Right, let me just quickly clean up my mess a second. Right. So just move this out of the way. Seem to have embossing powder everywhere. Right. So that's the first part of the stamping done. Now the next thing we want to do is, now we've also got, now what you could do is, see there's lots of different ways you could use this. One of the ways is that, you know, you could, if you wanted to, you could cut your image out and then have it in white. If you wanted to, just leave it plain white. I know that's kind of very popular as well. Just a different way of doing things. You could do it like that. Again, it really stands out, it really pops. You could do that, but we're not going to do that today. What I am going to do is I'm going to probably, do I want to colour, I've got a good, see because I've got some embossing powder there, will I be able to get away with colouring that in? That is a good question. We'll see now. I've got my Spectrum Noir tri-blend pen, so we'll see whether I can colour that on top of there. Probably not as well, you know. Again, maybe I should have dried it a little bit more, but do you know what? I think we're going to get away with that. Just covering those leaves. Yeah, I think we can get away with that. Maybe I have to use a darker green. Darker green. I'm just looking for a pen. Bear with me a second. That's live TV for you. Right, darker green. Oh. Again, whatever comes to hand. Oh, I've even got a Sharpie now. Oh, that works really well. He says. Kind of. So the thing with that colouring on top of clear embossing powder, not as easy. But it'll work. So let's just zoom in a second so you can see what we're doing. There. Again, you know, if I'd let my ink in dry a little bit more, I probably would have been easier to colour this in. So I'm contemplating whether to colour in this one as well. Maybe stick it on top and then colour it in. Do I want to do that now or not? Yeah, no. No, I think I'll go with, I'll tell you why, because what I actually did as well was, I already stamped out a couple of extra flowers, so these are going to go on top of there, you see, like that. They're really cool. So, do you know what, I'm going to probably get away with not having to stick that on. So we'll leave that for another, I'll use that on another project maybe. I'll persevere colouring these in like that. Again, live TV never goes according to plan. You have all these great ideas in your head. But sometimes, I mean, obviously when you're at home on your own, you can just like, oh, just put it to one side or just redo it again. And I could do that, but I'm not going to, because I think I'm just going to carry on. Fix it, or fix it as best you can. I think that's a good idea. I think it'll still work. I think it'll still look cool. Right, so we've gone over that with a permanent pen, so that will actually work. I think it'll work quite well. Just go up there with that green as well. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Right. So the next thing I want to do is, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stick this to my card blank. Move that to one side. I've got a card blank here already, so that will kind of, that's going to go on top of there. But I will distress the edges, I think, of that as well. So get my blending tools. Green. So blending tool, and I think I'm going to go in with a darker green. Block paint. Can't decide which one's going to be the darkest colour I want. One may be too dark, one might not be dark enough. I'll have to decide now. Don't like that one. Don't like that one either. Third time looking, maybe? That will probably, that'd be nice. We'll go with that one. So I'm just going to go around the edges. Again, just pulling that focal point to the centre of your card. You know, I might go around like that. Mark is the greatest program. Thank you, Helen. Not. I don't think that's a compliment. I think that's an insult, by the way. I'm trying not to do too much procrastination anymore. I think you'll find. Trying not to. It's a curse. I was going to get. I saw some good signs about procrastination, so might have to get one up. I'm sure Helen will buy it for me. So let me just go around there. So I think that's good. That's good. I'm happy with that. And trying to wipe up as I go. Right. Next thing is we'll stick this card, we'll stick this to my blank. Some glue. That's right. Glue work, right. Do people use tape or glue for taping their things down? I mean, lots of people I know use tape. I do like this glue though as well. It's a cosmic shimmer type glue, but it dries really well and it sticks. And you got a bit of wiggle room as well in case you don't stick it on straight. Right, so I'm going to try and stick it on now with not getting my head in the camera. I'm trying to have a look at the monitor for my guide. So that's pretty close, I think. Stick it down. So how's that looking so far? Okay, next. As I said, I've already stamped and cut out 2 pieces. All I did was a little bit of off-cut card that had some spray on already. I just stamped on top of it, and then I cut these out as well, because I think cutting the heads out and placing them on top, it just gives it that extra element of depth as well. So I do like that. I think that'll work really well. So I'm going to stick those on next, but I'm going to use some 3D glue. So this is a gel glue or silicone glue. Good stuff. Or you can use foam pads, whichever you've got. So just stick this down. And obviously it dries clear, so it's good for hiding lots of things. I mean, some people do amazing things with little absolutely tiny foam pads. I've seen people's cards like, whoa, it was taking ages to cut the pads to the right size. Oops, too much there. Sometimes you just want less on the edge there. Tweezers, Mark. There's my tweezers. Don't drop it, he says. Do want that to go down a little bit more there. You just want that a little bit of depth as well, you know, on your card. Yeah, just a little bit more. Stick down that bit there. Why a little bit stick down? Stay. Right. Okay. Next one. You know, I wanted to do something that, you know, you could start and finish tonight and be able to give it to somebody. So that's what I try and do most times. I create something. Because it's nice. I mean, you know, it's great to create something, but it's even better to give it to somebody else, isn't it? Springy, that could be a word, Jane, could be a word. Right. A bit more glue. Try to get this the right way around now. Oh, no, nearly dropped it there. Right. So, again, just have the obviously coming away from the stem, and then just raise it up that little bit there, so you can. Start to see there's got some depth to this now. Now, what I will do now, it comes this set that you have, the stamp set itself. It does come with another head, another flower head. Now, you can use this, you know, on its own as a creating a background, or the way I kind of designed it was that, you know, if you wanted to have maybe more than 2. you could have a third. So I've actually stamped one out. I'm just going to cut that out, and I think I'm going to place that. I'm going to place that there as well. So I'm just going to cut this out quickly. Get my cutting mat. I know you're going to be watching me cutting out something now. I know lots of you use scissors. My tool of choice has always been a scalpel, so or a craft knife, whichever you want to call it. So let me just quickly cut this out. Should we have had dies for this? Nah, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, lots of people don't like dies. Lots of people do, and then it's always hard to decide whether to get dies or not. If there's a big kind of want for it or wish list for them, then maybe we could do it. But not everything does have to have dies. So sometimes, but I mean, this is quickly to cut out anyway. It's not hard. Yeah. So quickly have a look at comments. Oh, scan and cut. Yeah, that's another idea as well. Yeah, I don't know. I never used a scan and cut. I don't know how they work. I presume it scans it and then cuts it out. Some great technology these days. I think there we go. One flower cut out. Just cut those ends off. Very quickly. I'm sure you could do a better job. Right, but we have the flower head now. So now we can see the choices. You can add obviously more than one if you want, but you can add just another one there as well, which is really cool. I like that. Maybe 3, you see. So I think that looks quite nice, just having one there. Again, you don't even know if there's a stem there or not, so that looks really cool. So I'm going to stick that down as well. I should stick it a little bit more than that, shouldn't I? Messy crafting. You can tell I'm out of practice. Right. Oh, you ever have that thing where your hand where it kind of like it sticks, like a weird kind of spasm, and you can't straighten it out. I just had that. Right. So I'm thinking. I think I'll turn that around a little bit. So a little smaller one there. Just twist it around a touch. I think that's better, isn't it? I think that's nice. How's that looking so far? Okay, we're getting there now. We are getting there. Sentiment. We need a sentiment, don't we? We need a sentiment. We need to put a sentiment at the bottom and a few of the elements as well, just to finish it off. Just those finishing touches. So the sentiment I'm going to choose is, I've got it here. I think I'm going to do the Sending Sunshine. I think I'm going to use that one there on the bottom. Yeah, good choice. So I'm going to stamp it in the colour I'm going to do. Okay, let's use this. Use a piece of black card. So I'm stamping it. Lately, I still haven't got out that phase where I'm stamping white onto black card. So I'm going to do that. My stamping mat. Just bear with me a second. So we have black card, and I'm going to use Versamark. So clear ink, clear sticky ink. And white embossing powder I need. It's a good one, white. Wow, embossing powder, white. Have my white embossing powder, right. So sync this up. Did I get it all? He says. You shouldn't really do it this way, but get away with it. Right. Okay. Now I'm trying to do this without getting my big head in the way. Might have that straight, we'll see now. Clear embossing powder. Piece of white card. Look at these, didn't even use a anti-static pad. We'll get away with that as well. We'll be fine. We'll be good. Okay. So I'm going to cut that and then we'll sort out those sprinkly bits now. Right, first things first, cutting it. Cutting it. Oh, use my cutting mat. Sharp knife. I've got 3 knives and I can't find either of them. Ah, right. Sharp knife and ruler. Okay. Cut this by eye. Straightish. Hopefully it's straight. Right. Okay. Now, what I normally do is to fix those annoying little speckles. I mean, in theory, I should have. Yeah, I should have used my anti-static pad, but what I will use is a black marker. So we'll just go over that with a black. Not perfect, but close enough. There. Jane, are you cutting something secret? Oh, are you? I wonder what that is. Oh, and Tom's here. Sorry, hi Tom. I just saw your name pop up there. Nice to see you. Post tattooed. So we have a nice sentiment there, sending sunshine. We'll move that mat out of the way. And we're going to put that somewhere on my card, I think. We'll do a few more colouring elements first, or after, I should say. I think I'll stick this on first. That'd be easiest, because I think I do like that on there. Up or down? No, I think round about there. Stop procrastinating, Mark, Helen was going to say. Right. You'll forgive me, but this is the first live, obviously, since last year. live demo since last year, so I'm sure to up the awesomeness of the demonstrations. Right, so I do like having a sentiment in black. I think it just really does stand out sometimes, and it sometimes looks a bit more professional as well. Just push that down a touch. No, that's not quite straight mark, is it? Better. Right, now the other thing I want to do, I mean, it's starting to look good. So a few of the things I want to do, I've got some gems, and also I want to just add a little bit more darker colour there to the around the edges. So I'm going to use my pens. Now I could go in with any other kind of ink, but I think I could probably get away with using a pen. It's not too dark. Let's see what this one will look like. Oh, that's too dark, Mark. No, I want a paler colour. So maybe just go in there. Probably want my blending pen as well. Oh, citrus blend, that's the most looking one as well. So a little bit of brown, there's edges there. Again, I like to combine the watercolours with pens, just have a play. Just whatever will work with your project, go for it. There's no right or wrong way of doing things. Try to hold the pens at the same time, I can't do that. Starting to add a little bit of shade around there as well. I think that's looking good. What do you reckon, everyone? I mean, if it's already pre-coloured, you don't have to do an awful lot more to this. But it's nice just to give it a little bit of something as well. Just on the edges a little bit there. Thank you. Again, it's just having fun. There's no, there's no right and wrong. I mean, I do kind of follow a kind of shading possibly with light sources, but as long as you go one way and it's not too difficult, most people can probably just use those touches of colour on the edges. Just come back in there if that's too dark and just pull that colour over there. We start to look, that's okay, handy. It's fine, you can always watch it back. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Well, not until I finish this anyway. So I've gotten to a point, I mean, obviously we're coming to the near the end of this, not quite, but again, it's on YouTube forever. All the mistakes, all the good bits, nothing's ever perfect when you're doing things live. You just got to go with it and hope for the best. There's no right or wrong. And it never turns out the way you have it in your head. But that's not wrong either. You just got to have fun playing. I think this is a great set to do it. You know, great stamp set. You don't have to do an awful lot to it to make it look really cool. Again, you can go in as much shading as you want on these flowers. Just giving it that highlights there where you want to. Yeah, it's looking good. Now I've got a few other pieces I can stick on there as well. Just because, you know, you just want to bring it a bit of life to it as well. So I think that's really cool. Let's go in that yellow as well. So I mean, probably I would go in, maybe take a little bit longer there and go in probably later on. What I bet by the time I've finished this later on, I'll post the photograph and it'll probably look a little bit more coloured in. But I think it's looking nearly there. Now, what else can I do? I'll tell you what I have got is I've got some kind of sparkly things as well. So I'm going to use some of those. Right, what have we got here? Ooh, got some little tiny flowers. Might have one or two in the right colour there. So I might do that as well. Let's just straighten that up again. Do you know what? I might put a couple of... No, I think I'll stick with the flowers. I've got these in the right colour. Again, people who know me will probably say, oh, you've never used this before, and that would be correct. So, I'm possibly putting some flowers here and there. Little ones. Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Right. Whoa, Mark, way too much glue. What's going on? I did not want to do that. That's okay. Let's set that up now. Just as well it's clear. Right, try again. Right, do it onto a piece of card. These tweezers are new tweezers for me. Try again. Does anyone else find tweezers sometimes a bit hard to use? Oh my god, I'm not doing well tonight. Look at this. That's not supposed to be there. But do I like it there now? That's the question. Oh, Mark, that wasn't intentional. I don't think I want it on there. Get off. Right, need different tweezers. Right, that's going to go on there. That'll teach me a lesson to use something. Get off. Right. It's all starting to go downhill now. Get off. Clean that up. Do you know what? I may have to put a flower there now. I've got a little blob of glue there now. It says. Right, okay. I'm gonna have to do that. See what it looks like. Can I get away with that there? Don't know whether to put one there and then a couple more. What do you reckon, people? Again, now I'm asking now. The decision's not there. So embrace it. Go with wherever it lands. Do you know? Might have one. I'm just trying to work out maybe one there, covering up my mistake. Right. Yeah. This is what you get for doing it live. So maybe put one there. Oh, you know what? I think that works. Possibly, he says. Right. Okay, we'll do that. A tiny bit of glue Get that out of the way. Helen's probably laughing now, or crying, whichever. Right, well, I mean that wasn't supposed to go there, but we'll carry on now. Try to have one over there. I need to get these out of here easier, I think. You can tell this part was not planned, by the way. I didn't plan on putting these in. I can understand why I didn't plan this now, because I forgot how fiddly they were. I need better tweezers. You have to recommend to me some tweezers, everybody. Right. Again. Put a few more around. Put one there. Why, thank you, everybody. I'm embracing my glittery, flowery. We'll have one. Procrastinate as to where the next one goes now. That's the thing. Normally I would spend ages working on exactly the right place to put it. Get out. Yeah, we are getting there now. Sorry, everybody. It's just taking a bit longer than expected. Something random hair there. Eyelash. Is that good? You're supposed to wish with an eyelash, are you? Right. Ow! 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 That's just got. Ah. That those tweezers just went in my finger. Right. These are sharp, very sharp. Right. I'm trying to work out balance. One there maybe. So, yeah. So who else we've got here? Oh, rocks. Yeah. Well, I don't know about embracing it. This will be the first time you've ever seen me using these. What do you call these? These are they sequins? Whether I want there? No. Yeah, maybe one there. No, I can't decide. That's the trouble. See, sometimes I need to stop before I get too crazy as to where to put the next one. Okay. So I'll just move these out of the way to show you. How does that look? Oh, I reckon that looks quite nice, don't you? One underneath the sentiment. Oh, probably. What, like down there? Yeah, you probably will do, but I'll probably do it afterwards. If I touch it now, I'm going to put it in the wrong place, rocks. And you know me. Okay, Brenda, thank you. Let me just turn the camera back to the front camera. So, again, just a little something to show off this set. So, we just turn back to the front camera. There. Done. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, everybody. First one back after 3 months. I don't know. It could be 3 months. It's been ages since last year, really. So yeah, it's probably at least 3 months. So apologies for that, but we have been so busy. So thank you for all your orders. Please check out our stockists. One is especially closer to you, but it's the way to get your items quicker and probably cheaper as well. So please feel free to check out your local stockist. So please do that. If you need a list, I think there's a list on the website. Helen will tell me if I'm wrong. I'm just looking at seeing so what's there. Yes, lots more to come, Tom. Yeah. So thank you, everybody. I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to be back next, but again, subscribe to the YouTube and hit the bell, and then you'll be notified as soon as we put up a link to be going live or put up those dates. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody, and yeah, I'll say, oh, thank you, Maxine and Dina. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I hope to see you soon, and I'll play with something else. So if you've got any requests or anything, please do comment afterwards, and I'll see what I can do. Maybe demonstrate something else that we've got. But I do plan on going through all of the new release. So bear with us. The only stock that was very low at the time was the Supernova stencil. If you've got that in when I've been demoing, lucky you, because it'll be. I'm not sure exactly the date the next lot are coming in. It's been incredibly popular, so please do check that out. Yeah, have a look on the website, check out the stockists, and happy crafting. Have some fun. That's what it's all about. And thank you for watching and taking your time to watch me. So thanks again, everybody, and I'll see you soon.